Have you ever watched a movie about a zombie apocalypse and thought to yourself, if I was in that position, is there anything I could do to not get pulled apart by frothy-mouthed, wide-eyed raging cannibals? In this video on Nerd Explains, I'll tell you how to survive Train to Busan. Train to Busan is about a zombie outbreak in South Korea where the survivors are lucky enough to be on a departing train as the station is overrun, but unlucky enough that a few zombies manage to make it aboard. So there you are, just chilling in your seat on the train, when you look over and there's a rabid, bloody person on top of another person biting their neck. Clearly, this is a zombie, but nobody else seems to be freaking out. If you saw that, what should you do? While everybody else is shocked and trying to process the situation, you need to immediately, calmly, and quickly get up and move to the next car towards the engine. Close the door behind you, lock it, and then throw a blanket over the glass. It looked like there was an emergency lock on the ceiling by the door. Use it. Don't just assume the zombies cannot somehow open the door. Yes, there are uninfected still in the car you left, and you're basically dooming them. But the problem is that if you panic and try to get everybody to the next car, nobody will make it. Everybody will get stuck in the door, nobody will have the chance to lock it and cover the door, and you will all die. Everyone in the next car will probably be a bit shocked and freaked out with you closing, locking, and covering up the door, with lots of horrible sounds coming from that compartment. But they aren't in full panic yet. That's good. Keep everyone quiet and calm. You do not want to alert the zombies in the car behind you. Now move towards the front of the car, towards the next door. So if everybody freaks out or does stupid shit, you can escape quickly. Then establish control over the people in that car. If you let everyone freak out and panic, it's game over. Check the next section for zombies. If it's clear, then calmly and quietly start moving sections of that car into the next car. Once everyone is safe, lock that door as well, but don't cover it so you can see if zombies broke through. This gives the train a buffer car between the infected and the uninfected. Now that you have the empty buffer car, what is the next contingency to plan for? Well, what if the zombies broke through that door, or something happens where you will encounter a zombie up close? You need armor and weapons. For armor, start wrapping and covering up any exposed skin with extra clothes. Tape magazines around your arms and legs, and wrap your hands up. Any scratch or bite you get, and you're a goner. For weapons, start dismantling anything that looks like you could block, stab, or bash the zombies with. Generally, the more distance, the sharper or the heavier the object, the better. Try to make something like a spear and shield. For a shield, if anyone has a backpack or luggage bag, this could be used for blocking. You just want to avoid having to use your fists, as you're basically just putting your hands in the zombie's mouth. Once you have your weapons and armor, start loading the buffer car with all the luggage you can find. If the zombies somehow break through into the buffer car, all the luggage will block and slow them down. They won't be able to get a running start and body slam the door, potentially breaking it. So now you have an empty buffer car full of luggage between the uninfected and the infected, as well as makeshift armor and weapons that give you a fighting chance if you do encounter zombies. Now you find out that people have loved ones stuck in the other cars, with zombies between you and them, as well as zombies in cars between you and the engine. In the movie, the protagonists fight through 3 train cars full of zombies, which realistically, that is total suicide. You could stop the train, and since the zombies cannot open doors, they'd be isolated in their cars. The uninfected could simply exit their car and walk over to your car, and then you would start the train up again. This method is dangerous because you have to slow down the train, and speed is your biggest advantage. It's also dependent on if you can communicate with the conductor or not. It's also dependent on if your loved ones are stuck in the bathroom with zombies in the car with them. If you cannot communicate with the conductor, or zombies are in the train car with the uninfected, then with the train still moving, open the train door and get on top of the train. Sure, it's still really dangerous, and you do need to be careful to not touch the electrified overhead lines, but it's still a lot better than fighting through hordes of zombies in hand-to-hand combat. Then for each car with zombies in it between you and the uninfected, get on top and then with a weapon break the train car window. The zombies will try to climb through the window to get to you, and since they're uncoordinated and irrational, they will all fall off the moving train while climbing out the window. You can effectively clear the entire train of zombies using this technique. If this doesn't work, then go to the uninfected cars and break their windows and help them up onto the top of the train. Once they are on top of the train, you need to ensure that they are not infected. Check them for any bites or scratches or signs of infection. If they are infected, you could just toss them off the top of the train. Then, you can all walk back to the safe part of the train in front of your buffer car. Once that is done, move to the engine room and let the conductor know what is going on and use his knowledge to decouple the zombie train cars. So now you have cleared the train of zombies manually as well as decoupled any other zombie train cars. Keep the train moving. Do not get off or leave the train unless you are 100% sure it is safe and that the military has secured the area. And I mean you visually can see the soldiers securing the area with overwhelming firepower and organization. Don't just wander into the next train station on foot because you heard it was safe. That's how you die. The train's speed and structure is your biggest advantage. Zombies will not be able to catch, swarm, or otherwise get to you while the train is moving at full speed. If you have to transfer to another train in order to get to assured safety, then try to run on top of the trains for additional safety and better awareness. Avoid being on foot without visibility as much as possible. I would still highly avoid this decision. I would stay on the train and continue to keep it moving either forward or in reverse. Again, speed is your ally, and staying in the moving train until help comes is probably the best decision. If nobody comes to save you, it's because the world ended and you're already fucked. If you do go in reverse, do take care to not accidentally ram into the zombie car you decoupled from earlier. In the context of this movie, that is how I would attempt to survive a Train to Busan. If you have other ideas or think I'm wrong and would get killed doing what I mentioned, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.